something from this game that I want to talk about that ties into the current situation that's going down. So I'm gonna kind of intertwine these for a second.
Okay.
We're going to talk about this point kind of by itself, and then we'll go back into the situation at hand. So everybody knows this by now. Malcolm Dandridge did not play on Sunday due to
An academic
is that how it was framed? Academic
misconduct, whatever you want to call it.
Right. So whatever there, we'll get to that in a second. But I think this allowed for Nae'Qwan Tomlin to have a more defined role. And Nae'Qwan's been up and down this year. I don't think he's been probably as good as we expected him to. And it kind of goes back to maybe expectations were a little too high for him for when he came in, how he came in. The front court that he came into was already established. And I don't know, and I'm not saying anything about, man, this is good that Malcolm Dandridge is not there. That's not what I'm saying. But I think it carves out a more defined role for Nae'Qwan Tomlin potentially to get more minutes and not have to worry about, okay, when I'm on the floor with Nick, who am I? When I'm on the floor with Malcolm, who am I? What am I supposed to adapt to these different situations? And I think now he just has a little bit more freedom, and I think we saw that on Sunday a little bit against FAU, and that's a working theory. We'll see how that pans out, but to me it just makes sense. It almost was addition by subtraction for Nae'Qwan specifically.
Yeah, just to understand. Okay, this is what I have to do for the rest of the year.
Right.
I almost thought though against Charlotte when he was playing the 3.
Yeah,
that was there for him. Like he did have some. There's a reason he won AAC Player of the Week this year.
That's
this
exactly.
So like he played the 3 in that game.
Right.
He played the 5 for the most part against Florida Atlantic. Like I don't know. I don't even know if it's Malcolm going down or it's Penny finally deciding, hey, Nae'Qwan has to be at the top of this pecking order for us to be successful. He's the guy who even in that SMU game was still playing hard.
Right.
He's the guy who's brought energy every game, even if it's been misplaced at times with fouling out. He's fouled out 4 times in 17 games. Mm-hmm. But he's been a guy who's been consistently giving you that intensity, that effort. I don't even know if it's Malcolm though. I'm not gonna disagree with that. I think for the rest of the year, Nae'Qwan there's no ifs, ands, or buts about what he has to do.
Right.
He's gonna guard the opposing big, and he is, on the offensive side, he's so multiple that you can sort of move him a little bit and make some things happen. But he'll get some more post ups, that type of thing. But I think that and there was reports about this, and there was things written about it. I think that him and Penny sort of hashed this out and just said,
what's it going to look like?
Penny basically said, you're going to take more of the load offensively, and we're going to get you into this role. You're going to get more opportunities. And I think that's made all the difference for the guy. And he is so damn talented.
He is.
It's kind of nuts, his skill set. Because when he was playing the 3 against Charlotte, I sort of doubted because he's 6'11".
Right.
It's like, damn. But defensively, he was locking in on some of the guys that were smaller than him and seemingly quicker. Then on the offensive end, he can stretch out to the 3-point line. He can put the ball on the ground better than we give him credit for. Like, that's fun. And I see where, at this point, the sort of Swiss Army knife, DeAndre Williams conversations are coming in about Nae'Qwan Tomlin.
It's fair.
And then the energy, he's screaming up and down the floor when he gets a clutch bucket. When they get a clutch stop on the defensive end, he's screaming and, pumping up the crowd. I can see where those are
some similarities.
There's a lot of similarities, man.
Agreed.
Because he can sort of get in where he fits in, plays with intensity,
provides that energy.
Provides energy every night. So I can see where that's sort of growing at this moment. But I do agree ultimately, I guess, that the rest of the year you're the 5.
Right. And there's no questions about that.
Yeah, unless we want please, by the way, be careful about fouling too much because that's another thing we're going to have to talk about.
For sure.
Front court depth is going to be lacking now with Malcolm Dandridge out for the foreseeable future, if not never playing another game as a Tiger.